Good morning, parents. My name is Melanie Meehan. I am a co-author at Two Writing Teachers, which is an online blog. I also am a writing coordinator in a town in Connecticut, as well as the author of a book called Every Child Can Write. And I have been finding myself lying awake thinking about all of the things that I want parents to know fast as you take on being the primary overseer of your child's writing life in this crazy COVID time. As I speak, it's March 20th, 2020, and a lot of us are on getting ready to really implement some online learning experiences for our children. So one of the things that I want you to think about are paper choices, and we've thought a lot about that. So it's important, really, when we're giving kids writing opportunities to consider those paper choices. For our young writers, a lot of the time, we can just give them blank paper or a paper just with a picture box. They'll be drawing pictures and putting labels onto those pictures, and that's what they should be doing. So that's for our developing writers, kindergarten, earlier than kindergarten. Draw your picture, put on labels. Paper should look about like that. We can start to move them forward with paper with just a couple of lines on it, right? So we can just make that picture box a little bit smaller and have a couple of lines, and that works. Moving them forward. So again, I'm envisioning later first grade, maybe beginning of second, we can start to have smaller boxes, more lines. And finally, what we can do is we can start thinking about those smaller boxes with more lines in booklets that we create for students. So we can take this kind of paper, even this kind of paper, and make 3 or 5 page booklets that give students and children and developing writers the structure that they need in order to really stay with their stories and not feel overwhelmed and feel like there's enough space for them. So that's one way to think about paper. It's a super powerful tool. Don't underestimate paper and how much we can say to writers by just giving them the right number of lines and the right amount of space. One thing that I will just add to this is these sorts of paper work really well with narrative writing. They also work with opinion writing. So we can have this sort of paper for each reason that a child might have for an opinion that they're writing. In a different video, I've talked about the 3 different types of writing. Just going to hold that up for you here, right? When we think about information writing, a lot of the times the best type of paper for them is blank paper. And children can create their own structures and their own text features on blank paper. So I will just say that about information as we're thinking about paper and the types of paper that we offer our children. Children will even make their own paper. We can create this for them. There's places where you can go to find it. My colleague Beth Moore on Two Writing Teachers, that's twowritingteachers.org, has given many different choices for paper, and I recommend looking at that. Again, think about paper as you're working with your writers.